Well, it's time again for another story corner, and after the horrors of Halloween, I thought we might share a classic Scottish fairy tale instead. So once upon a time, in a village called Kittlerumpet, now long lost to memory, there lived a very unfortunate woman. Their husband had gone off to the market one day with all of their money, and he never came back. She wasn't the type to complain though, she still had a roof over her head, she had a healthy young son, and even a prized pig. And luckily, the pig was pregnant. So the good wife of Kittlerumpet had all her hopes on a large litter of piglets, and those wee piggies would bring in enough money to see her and her son through their troubles. One morning, she went through to the pigsty to check on her most valuable possession, and oh dear. The pregnant pig was lying on its side, it was wheezing and groaning and not looking very well at all. So she tried to feed it, and she tried to water it, and she looked it all over, but she had absolutely no idea what she was doing. It was clear this pig, it wasn't long for this world. And that was all it took to push the good wife of Kittlerumpet over the edge. She sat down on a rock with her wee bairn on her knee, and she began to greet. They might have started as silent tears, but before long she was bawling her eyes out. And then through the tears, she saw a strange little figure hobbling along the road towards her. The good wife, well, she dried her eyes and she gave a couple of big sniffs, just as this wee woman in a big green dress, bright white apron and a big hat approached her. Before the good wife could even open her mouth, the mysterious stranger said, "Don't bother with your pitiful stories. I ken all about your husband, I ken all about your pig, but what would you say if I could fix that pig of yours?" "Well, that would be incredible. Would you? Would you please cure my wee pig?" said the good wife. And the stranger replied with a mischievous look, "Well, what will you give me in return?" "Anything. Anything, even the clothes off my back. Just please help." At that, the wee woman, she pulled out a little vial, some strange liquid, and there she rubbed it on the sick piggy's ears and the nose and the curly tail while she muttered quietly to herself, "Pitter patter, holy water." As if by magic, the pig, it rolled onto its trotters and wandered off to the food trough, munching away like nothing had ever happened. "Oh, thank you, said the good wife of Kittlerumpet. "I could kiss you on the lips." "Now just hold on. That's not the kind of thing I'm after," said the woman. "I'll take that bairn of yours as payment instead." Well, with that, the good wife's heart sank to her stomach. She started to greet all over again, pleading with the woman not to take her boy. "Hud your wisht," cried the stranger. "The rules of my people state you have 3 days before the boy is mine. You have one chance to save him. When I return, you can have 3 guesses to say my true name. But there's no hope in this world that you'll get it. And so after that, he comes with me." Abruptly, she turns on her heel, she disappears. Well, the good wife of Kittlerumpet, she was crushed. To have gained her pig back, just to lose her son, that was a terrible bargain. But she had no idea what to do. The woman was clearly one of the fairy folk, but she didn't know that much about them. How was she ever going to guess this mysterious stranger's name? So to help her think, she spent her time wandering the woods. On the second day, she followed a wee burn through the trees, and the sound of the babbling water soothing her tortured mind. That was when she heard it. Just over the noise of the burn, there was a strange song coming from somewhere deeper in the woods. She practically crawled her way amongst the roots so that she wouldn't be seen, and then peeking over a little ridge, she saw the wee woman sitting at a spinning wheel singing to herself. "Little kens our good dame at hame, that Whuppity Stoorie is my name. I mean, the good wife, she had to cover her mouth to stop from letting out a little squeal of delight. She slowly backed away and skipped back home, repeating the name over and over in her head to make sure she didn't forget it. Whuppity Stoorie, Whuppity Stoorie. She could barely sleep that night, waiting for the visit the next day. And not long after the sun rose, the wee woman arrived at the good wife's house and declared, "That's it, it's time to take the wee bairn away." Well, can I not have a guess at your name first? You did promise. Pfft, aye, you have 3 guesses. But it's a waste of your time. You're never gonna get it. Well, the good wife of Kittle Rumpet, she furrowed her brow and she looked like she was thinking hard. Is it Tatty Bogle? The woman just looked at her blankly. No, not even close. All right. How about Steve? What are you? Do I look like a Steve to you? Last chance, your bairn's mine forever. Well then, I don't suppose your name's Whuppity Stoorie. At that, well, Whuppity Stoorie, she went completely white. And then she started to go a furious shade of red. Just when it looked like she might burst with rage, she turned around and stormed off back down the path. Well, that was the last that the good wife of Kittle Rumpet and her wee bairn ever saw of Whuppity Stoorie. Sláinte.